Hello everyone, and welcome to Full Moon Yoga for the edition of July 2024. I am Calley Bliss, your host. This month has been a little hot on the world stage in our political climate. And so we're going to use one of my favorite tools of yoga and all sister sciences that help us to quantify energy. And that is the concept of using an opposite element in order to create balance. The full moon is always about helping us to tap into our emotions. Emotions live in the body. Yoga has famously become a practice of the body. It is a practice of the mind, body, spirit, heart. It goes much further beyond the body, but it starts in the body. And the full moon is the most expressive iteration of the moon each month in a literal sense. And we use that to translate the energy of the moon into the most expressive version of our emotions in our bodies. Emotions are not something that stay constant. We all know this. We've all experienced it. And the full moon is an opportunity then to tap into those deeper, bigger emotions and really be with them. Ultimately, we are trying to accept things as they are. This is the guiding principle of everything that I practice and therefore teach. And so it is about not rejecting our big emotions, not trying to get away from them, not trying to fix them, but being with them so that we can understand them better and use them to grow and or heal and or be more creative, my favorite thing. So this month we're going to draw from this magazine. This was a special edition Time magazine called The Science of Emotions. It was published in 2021. Because we're in this full moon in Capricorn, Capricorn is an earth sign. Your big emotions may have a very real, very tangible, very matter of fact, very quantitative quality to them. You might feel really validated in your big emotions this month. So I'm going to draw on two specific articles within this. This one is called Finding Calm in a Stressful World. It was written by Kristen van Ogtrop, who is the former editor-in-chief at Real Simple magazine. And so she just gives a nice narrative about checking in with how stress is something that we've inherited generationally. Lord knows there are current stressors happening all around us all the time that are pertinent to our lives as they exist right now. But one of the things that we unpack in the body is understanding that we really inherit more than just our health traits in terms of genetics and body inheritance, but we also inherit behaviors. So that can be about the way that we deal with stress. So it may be helpful for you in this practice to just take note of what is the way that you react and respond to stress. And does that track with maybe a parent or anyone who raised you, the environment that you were raised in? And then the second one, which is my favorite that we're going to dive into, how to have an awesome life. I mean, nobody knows how to have an awesome life from reading one magazine article. However, this is written by Lisa Lombardi, who is a life coach. And I love what she says. She starts with, when is the last time you went, whoa? If it was a trip to the Grand Canyon 3 summers ago, it may be a time to wake up your sense of wonder. A growing body of research is showing that awe, that feeling of astonishment when in the presence of something vast and hard to comprehend, bolsters our health, emotional well-being, and connection to the world. And couldn't we all use a bigger dose of that right now? So here's what this month's practice is about, friends. We are going to recreate that sense of awe in our bodies and minds in this very short 10-minute practice. If you enjoy this, please like it. Please let me know in a comment below what you enjoyed about it. But most of all, please do it every day. We all need more self-awareness and more tools for self-management in our increasingly stressful lives. So my gentle heart plea to you is to please find a way to tap in with your feelings, your emotions, to check in with your body, your mind, your heart, and your soul every day for just 5 to 10 minutes. So as we're talking about emotions and the body, last month we did something that was about opening up shoulders and hips. This month we're going to deal with some energy that's a little more midline moving from the clavicle down to the front of our hip bones. So let's just take the fingers and identify where this kind of divot point is on the clavicle, where it reaches this middle divot. There's kind of a ridge on either side, and then go out about an inch. Feel that point on your body, and I want you to just notice how your shoulders are related to that, how your ribs are related to this, the lift in your chest, the length in your spine. And then bring your fingers down to the front of either hip bone. And I want you to notice how that point is related to the totality of your pelvis, the ability to have ambulatory movement with your legs, your hips. Okay? So we're gonna just use these as a gentle focal point for our tapping into heart energy space and sacral plexus. Why are we using these outer 2 points? Because, again, we're talking about opposites and using opposites. A lot of times we have an emotion that is in too deep of a place to actually identify, right? But when we can put it into something that is more concrete and tangible, like the nearest bone structure, as it expresses out through our tools of action and our tools of movement, it just gives us something else to think about in terms of where does our emotion get embodied. And a lot of times what happens when we have stressful emotions is we lose a sense of expansiveness, we lose that sense of awe, and we clamp down into a stress response, which tends to create tension in the hips and in the shoulders. Okay, so all that to be said, give yourself a little massage on the right side. And just feel any motion that you notice around it. Does it start to soften your shoulders? Do you breathe a little easier? And do the same thing on the left side. There is no right or wrong here. This is just kind of identifying an area, a region, and particularly maybe how it pertains to your breath and your posture. We're gonna take the same thing and do a little massage here. If you've ever had a psoas massage, they get real deep into below the hip actually. So this might kind of trigger, it might be a real sensitive spot. Be gentle. Take nice deep breaths. And then same thing on the other side, just massaging around that hip bone, some of the softer tissues. Good. Bring your hands over your solar plexus. Take a deep breath into the solar plexus. And exhale on a fast ha. And we're gonna do that again because the first time probably felt ridiculous and silly. We're gonna do this a couple more times. This time I want you to notice the engagement of this musculature. So big inhale into your hands. Exhale, ha. Again, inhale. Exhale, ha. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, ha. Last time. And exhale, ha. Now, we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna take the ha and let it extend for a longer period of time. So big inhale and ha. As long as you can. So we're engaging the muscle, but then keeping a consistency with it. So we're gonna do this a couple more times. Big inhale into the hands. Exhale, ha. Might be higher, might be lower. It doesn't really matter where it is. It's just about constant sound and engagement of this muscle. One more time. As long as you can go, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Nicely done. Take a couple shoulder rolls. Wiggle in your seat, wiggle your bunny tail, wiggle like a snake. All right, now we're gonna take the left elbow with the right hand and draw it across the body. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Opposite, draw that left elbow across, big inhale. And exhale, let it go. Now you'll notice I'm literally letting it go. So try that with me. Inhale, left elbow across. Exhale. Yes. Other side, right elbow. Exhale. So now let's close our eyes for just a moment. I'd like you to bring your hands out in front of you and just notice, what did you come to the mat with today? We've now done a little bit of a warm up. You're probably feeling a little more in your body. Notice your breath. Notice your hands nice and open. Notice the length in your spine and the weight in your seat. And notice if there's any emotions that you can identify right in this moment. It might be something that came with you to your mat today, something that has been lingering all week. Something we want to push away. Something we want to cling on to. And can you imagine this emotion sitting in your hands right out in front of you? It's not inside of you. So if it's something you're pushing away, know that it's far enough away to not do too much damage. If it's something you're clinging onto, it's right there in front of you. So we put it in a place where we get to kind of challenge our comfort level with this emotion, whether it's something we want or it's something we don't want. And I'd like you to take a moment and feel the weight of the emotion in your hand. Give it a quality. Is it heavy? Is it light and easy? Is it invisible? Can you imagine holding this emotion without the need to either push it away or to keep it held close? Can you let it be separate from who you are in your body? Without judging its presence, without needing to label it as a good or a bad emotion, as something that's right or wrong. And now can you imagine yourself gently taking this emotion and setting it down right in front of you. Releasing it from the need to hold on or push away and just letting it be there. Hands resting on your legs or knees or thighs. Continuing to breathe. Again, not naming the emotion as something is good or bad. But noticing perhaps your propensity or your drive, your desire to give it a title. Letting it sit in front of you. Letting your body breathe. Letting your mind soften around what you think this emotion is or is not. And as you remove yourself gently from the emotion, can you just notice the space between you and it? And as the mind softens, invite in something new. Reminding yourself that you are safe here in this moment, in your body, in your breath. And perhaps allowing whatever this new thought or feeling is to be something so far beyond. And perhaps letting this new thought or feeling be something you've never experienced before. Imagining what it looks like, what it sounds like, how it feels to be in this new scenario, this new experience. Enjoying the newness. And gently returning your attention back to your breathing. Breathing in this sense of new, hopefully mixed with a little bit of awe or wonder. Gently clasping the fists and or opening the fingers and just stretching through the hands. rolling out the wrists, rolling out the shoulders, maybe stretching the arms long, and bringing yourself back into the room, gently opening your eyes. Hopefully, this brought you a little bit of perspective and a sense of possibility and creative excitement. Happy full moon, everyone. Thank you for practicing.